All right, so this video is all about what it's like to be a stepdad. What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about something I think a lot of you guys have been dying to know. For newcomers, am I Isaac's biological dad? No, I'm not. I am his stepdad. I get a lot of comments and DMs asking what it's like to be a stepdad, and some of you guys have even reached out to me asking me for advice on how to be a stepdad, because a lot of you guys out there are also in the same situation as I am. As for advice, I'm not too sure if I can give any solid piece of information, just because I've always approached building family as a trial and error kind of situation. So I can only speak on my own experiences and what it's been like for me to be a stepdad to Isaac. I met him when he was 4 years old, and now he's 12. He's a preteen. He's even started shaving, so it's been mind-boggling to share that experience with him. But speaking of shaving, before we get to the stepdad stories, this video is brought to you by Harry's. It is a men's personal care brand reinventing the way you shave. This is tight. Everything you need for a smooth shave, all in one bundle. So at Harry's, they believe every man deserves quality craftsmanship, simple design, modern convenience, and a great shave. And this is their starter set, which includes, got a razor, some shaving gel with aloe. That's awesome. Oh, this does have a nice feel. I like this. Got a nice weight to it, nice rubber grip. Comes with a travel cover, and check it. These are Harry's newest and sharpest blades ever. They just came out with these. I'm gonna give them a try right now. Don't have much to shave today. Not bad. So Harry's guarantees a close and comfortable shave, and they conducted a study where they had guys shaving 4 times a week. And even by the 8th shave, the guys were saying it's as sharp as they were when they were first used. You can get Harry's new blades and the starter set for just $3. All you need to do is go to www.harrys.com/tiffncase to get the discount. Check out the link in the description below and give Harry's a try. I'm gonna have to cop another set for Isaac for sure. I'm raising a man. He's growing up. He's shaving now. It's wild. So I met Isaac when he was 4 years old. This is one thing I've thought about for a long time in terms of my pains in terms of transitioning into being a father figure. Mind you, I was 24 and having lived the bachelor life for quite some time and just a very careless and carefree kind of lifestyle in LA and kind of getting into the entertainment industry. Having a family while getting into the entertainment industry isn't exactly gonna be the smoothest combination of things, I would say. Not that it's, you know, impossible, but having a family does make it hard. So when I signed up to be a stepdad, or at least a father figure at that time, I didn't realize how hard the transition was gonna be for me. And even while I was going through it, I don't think I realized how much stress it created for myself. And only looking in hindsight now, do I realize how hard it was and how much Tiff was helping me through it. So first off, I think I was a pretty selfish person when I first met Tiff and met Isaac. And I guess, you know, rightfully so. When you're in your early 20s, you're just a variation of being a teenager, entering the workforce for the first time and, you know, really trying to figure out what I want to do and how to get there as well in terms of a career. So when I got into a relationship with Tiff, signing up to be a father figure was kind of like, it kind of veered away from the path that I had been focusing on since, you know, college. So for a good, I would say 4 years, I had this one path, this one direction, and then I fell in love with Tiff. And the thing that Tiff did to help me ease into being this father figure was that she shielded Isaac away from me for a good 6 months when we met. Like I didn't meet Isaac. You know, me and Tiff would go out on dates. Whenever, you know, Tiff would get a babysitter situation set up. But yeah, so Tiff was really mindful and very respectful in terms of the expectations are in our unification, I guess. And I really, really appreciate that, because I think, you know, had I just jumped right in, I don't think I would have lasted very long. So Tiff slowly rolled out the responsibilities for me. So in the beginning, when I finally met Isaac, more or less I was just a playmate. You know, I didn't have any responsibilities with Isaac. You know, I would come over, hang out with Tiff and hang out with Isaac, and I was, you know, kind of like a friend. Tiff would be the one to put him to sleep. Tiff would be the one to really feed him and to really engage with him in terms of, you know, the survival of Isaac, you know, in terms of fun with Isaac. I was the guy to do that. And it wasn't until maybe a year into our relationship did I really start to gain a little bit of responsibilities with Isaac. And by this 1 year mark, we had to start moving fast just because of some unforeseen circumstances. Tiff needed to move out of her place, and at that time, I had just moved into a new apartment, and I could definitely have used the help with rent and whatnot. So Tiff moved in with me, and so having Tiff move in automatically made Isaac a roommate of mine as well. Being a roommate quickly became being a father figure, and I started getting some responsibilities. Tiff really baby stepped and made sure that I was ready to take on the responsibilities before really dumping it onto me. And I really appreciate that. But some of the stupid stuff that I, you know, had to deal with myself was like, oh man, I can't watch rated R movies in front of this kid anymore, or I can't listen to rap music no more, or, you know, like there's a lot of stuff that my stupid brain at the time just didn't register as like, no, duh. And you know what's really strange too, in terms of how I felt at that time, was it felt almost impossible to see myself as a father figure. For me growing up, my own father, he was pretty successful by the time he had me. And so for me, I am like wired to think, to be a father, you have to be financially stable, you have to be, you know, like you have to have made a certain couple steps in your career before having kids. But by jumping into this relationship with Isaac, I veered away from that, and I had a bit of a hard time rewiring myself and accepting the fact that, hey, you can be younger and be a dad, and hey, you know, you might not be as financially stable as your own father was, but hey, you can still make it work. Oh, and another thing is my parents. I actually, when I got into a relationship with Tiff, I was kind of shy. I was a little shy to share that information with my parents just because I thought that they would reject Tiff. They would reject the fact that she had a child already. And boy, was I wrong. They didn't even hesitate to welcome Tiff into their family and to welcome Isaac into their family. I think something that really helped my parents accept Tiff and Isaac into their lives was the fact that Tiff did a fantastic job with Isaac. And how well Tiff has managed to raise him as a single mother was a testament to Tiff, and I think my parents saw a lot of value and gave Tiff a lot of respect for that. So to my surprise, they welcomed him with open arms, and we've traveled all over the world ever since, and we've had a lot of good times together, and I love seeing my parents embrace Isaac as their own grandson, and we just made it work. I think for our family, it's, you know, a big part of it is just acceptance, you know? I think for whatever differences we have, different backgrounds, different cultures, at the end of the day, love is gonna prevail. Love is gonna transcend all, and love is really all we really need. Love and acceptance. And I love my family for that. I love Tiff and Isaac for that, and I love my parents for that. So it's been 8 years of knowing Isaac, and it's been fun. It's been the greatest adventure. And there's something about being a father that I think is the silver lining for all the challenges and all the hiccups and all the bumps along the way. The silver lining is really, as you become a father figure to someone, and this goes for being a biological father as well, when you become a father, you end up growing up yourself. If you're not a parent, there's just a portion of you that you're allowed to be a child, you know, like there's this X factor up until, you know, you have a kid and you realize your protective genes, your whatever it is starts to kick in, and your instincts go, I need to raise this being, and I need to raise this person to be a man one day. If it wasn't for Isaac in my life, I would definitely be a lot more childish, but Isaac's taught me a lot about responsibility and just maturing and growing up and managing my own emotions. And so Isaac, if you ever watch this video, I thank you for helping me grow up as well. I'm helping you grow up, you help me grow up. Another interesting factor in our relationship is that Isaac's dad is in the picture. So it's not like I am the stepdad that takes full ownership of that title of being the father. I actually share that with his dad. And I know a lot of you are curious, like, do I get along with his dad? And yes, we all get along. And I think that's the best part about this unification, this family dynamic. Isaac literally has 3 parents, and the fact that his dad comes over and we hang out sometimes, and we get to kind of just group up and team up and talk about how to handle certain things about Isaac. I would say we make a pretty good team, and we've definitely figured out what it means to be a parent in our specific dynamic. And ultimately, we know what's the most important thing here. It's to serve Isaac's childhood. It's to serve him growing up and making sure that he's gonna, grow up into a good, decent person like any parent would. We got 3 players on a team instead of 2 players, so I feel like we actually have it easy being parents. If there was one piece of advice, it's understand what you're signing up for when you become someone's father figure, because that is a commitment for life. Because the worst thing to do is to be completely attached to this child and then to just bounce one day. For me and Tiff, it's kind of like we pretty much got married the day we decided to make it official. A real relationship, and the day she invited Isaac into my life, that was the day we got married. That's how I like to see it. We just make it work. I love it. I love my family. If any of you guys that are, becoming stepdads or are stepdads, shout out to you guys. Shout outs to all the stepdads out in the world. Feel free to leave a comment. Let me know if you have any advice for me. I'd love to hear it. And till next time, peace.